I've been here a little over a year, and it's been interesting. It's my first corporate job in about 10 years, so it's been an adjustment, but there is definitely a family feel. VM team members know how to have fun, and though there's a lot of pressure for results, there's still a warmth from a lot of the VM family. There is a sense of care, and it's been an interesting time. I have a very multifaceted background. I have always taken part in activities outside of school, outside of work, and those are usually creative activities. I've been playing steel pan since '95, so that's going on 24 years now, with the UWI Panorhythm Steel Orchestra based at UWI Mona, and I still perform with them. I also started designing jewelry a couple of years ago. I am a hobbyist photographer. I used to do a lot of film photography and darkroom work. I also write. I write poetry. I have books in the works. So I have a lot of creative hobbies, and that is a big part of how I decompress. When I was starting out in the technology field, I was always one of the few women that was in that space. And so there was always a little bit of, really, you're a techie, you write code, that's what you do? You don't look like a techie. And I'm like, what does a techie look like? What is that supposed to mean? But usually when people realize that I can do the work I'm doing, then the challenges disappear. I've not really, maybe because I've also stayed out of the corporate world, I've managed to avoid a lot of the politicking and the stuff that goes around that sort of gender imbalance. But I wouldn't say that it's been an ongoing challenge for me necessarily. I've kind of made my space wherever I am. You'll hear that conversation, can women have it all? And I think it's a silly question just because you're starting from the premise that there are things they do that men don't do. Which is problematic. So there definitely needs to be more balance in the home, and then that would carry over into the work world. What you find in the workspace, in the workplace, is that, again, women are the ones who are often rushing off to take care of the kids, to get the kids home, to get them fed, that kind of thing. And so it changes the expectations in the workplace because the home responsibilities are not seen as the same. And so very often the women can't stay late. They can't work late because they have to go home and get dinner ready and that kind of thing. And we're in the 21st century. You know, there has to be more balance. Marriages have to be more of a partnership. And in the workplace, it has to be balanced. What we also see, you know, there's a lot of talk about the fact that Jamaica has the highest percentage of female managers, which is great. But then when you start to look at the levels above that, the executives and the boards, we still have an imbalance where for a lot of organizations, it's a majority male leadership, even though the managers are female. So there is still that balance that's needed because that kind of balance brings perspective. It is important for everybody to kind of find that place for themselves, even if it's not a literal place, even if it's just space in your head. For some people it's meditation, some it's yoga, some it's, you know, spending time with family. Some people it's, you know, driving up into the hills and being in nature. But I think we all have to find that place that allows us to center ourselves and be one with ourselves and, you know, kind of get back to who we are, so that when the noise of the world gets to be a bit much, you can always find yourself again.